Good morning. I am in Anchorage, Alaska, and I'm here at the MotoQuest offices. I'm ready to take off on my Alaskan adventure to the southern part of the state. I rented a bike. It's all packed up, ready to go. Behind me you see is the chase truck Jethro that followed us up to Prudhoe Bay last year. It's not following me this year, so I'm on my own, but that's okay. It's overcast, high overcast, but hasn't rained, threatening rain right now. So this trip I'm going to be looking at going to Homer, Seward, Whittier, Valdez, McCarthy, Kennecott, and a few other places like that. So some short days, a lot of interesting things to see along the way, planning a lot of stops, hopefully taking a lot of video and so forth. And so it's, by the way, it's August 5th, 2021. We'll see you on the road. All right, here's my first stop. We're looking out over the Turnagain Arm, which I've been following for the last 30-some miles or so. We're almost to Girdwood. That's sort of the direction I'm going. Today's trip will take me all the way around this arm, which ends about down that way over there. Spectacular mountains from all the pictures I've seen, but as you can tell, quite a few clouds today. You can't really see much. A couple of peaks peeking out across the arm here. This clearly looks like low tide. There's quite a rush basically to the east of the water. You can see it rolling that way. As I was driving along, it was clearly low tide because it was all lots of sand showing up where you would expect the water to have been. But about another few miles and I'll stop for lunch and probably in Girdwood. Here's the bike that I've been riding today, and I will for this week. It's the same model I rode last year. Got it packed down pretty heavy because I had to carry everything. Don't have Jethro like last year. It's running fine so far. Temperatures in the low 60s, pretty comfortable. I'm not wearing any of my cold weather gear right now other than the pants. Traffic has been fairly heavy, but not too bad. As you can see on the northern side, beautiful forested hills. Very pretty. Very nice. Just wish it was a little bit clearer. And that's it from here. I think I'll take a few minutes of video along the Turnagain Arm as I approach Girdwood. This is Girdwood. Time for lunch. believe it's called Turnagain Pass. That's where I just came from. And this is where I'm going. We're on the Kenai Peninsula now, headed towards, ultimately towards Homer. But today we're going to take a couple side trips and stay in Cooper Landing. But kind of a pretty area. Very pretty. There's the ubiquitous, I think it's called fireweed. They call it that pink purplish flower there. Nice weather, a little overcast, but it's not cold by any means. A little sunshine here and there as well. So we'll continue on down the road here. Well, I don't know where I'm at, but I'm not lost. This is the road to Palmer Lake, and I think I must have passed it because I keep going. Spectacular scenery. You can see this or not. Unimproved road, but my, what beautiful, beautiful area. And that's the way I came from. Way out beyond those hills, that's pretty much looking north, is the Turnagain Arm beyond those mountains. You kind of see the fog layer laying in that where the body of water is. But just unbelievable. Even here in this little field right here, all sorts of flowers, yellow, blue, all sorts of colors, even up on the hills. Spectacular view. It's unbelievable. Of course, I'm being very cautious. This is big bear country, so I'm watching. But gosh, what a road up here. Most of it was gravel, kind of riding on marbles, all second, third gear. But man, oh man, what a spectacular view. And as you look around, you can't see, other than the road, any sign of man. This is just pristine country. Pristine country. Well, here I am, just outside of Hope. I was just in a second ago after doing that Palmer Lake Road. Tremendous road. This goes along the Turnagain Arm, so I thought I'd take a few minutes of photography along this really nice road. Well paved. And oh, by the way, it's 66 degrees. As long as I'm moving, I'm comfortable, but when I stop, I start to get kind of warm. Gorgeous countryside, I tell you what. Just incredible mountains. See that layer of fog right where the body of water, the Turnagain Arm is. It's all socked in right on over the water, but out here it's beautiful. It's 3:40 in the afternoon, and I got about an hour to where I'm staying for the night in Cooper Landing. So day's worked out really well. First day on the road. I figured it would take me some time when I was at MotoQuest to get everything set up and hooked up. Had to hook up the GoPro stand and the iPhone mount. Had to do a lot of wiring up, and of course the biggest job was repacking everything from my suitcase into how I carry it on the bike. And I stopped several times today and wanted to do things, had to move things around and find out where did I put that. Probably by the time I finish my trip, I'll have everything right where it needs to be. One of the things I've noticed on this trip already is that there's these bushes along the road with these bright red, I think they're berries. We didn't see those last year, but they're really bright and they're all over the place. Only thing I can think of is that the bears must love them. On the major highways that I've been on today, there's been a lot of RV traffic. Much more than we had last year. Last year, you didn't see anybody because of COVID. They didn't allow travel. This year, though, I see quite a few RVs, campers, guys pulling boats, lots of it. So if you look across here, all the way over there, that's where I was this morning, where I had lunch and had a couple of stops. So that's basically the north side of Turnagain Arm, and we're now on the south side.
Well, good evening. This is night number 1 on the road in Alaska. Left Anchorage this morning, went around Turnagain Arm over to Hope, almost all the way to Palmer Lake, and then back down to, I think it's Highway 1, and I'm now in Cooper Landing. And good day. Turnagain Arm was overcast, threatening rain, but it never did. High clouds obscured all the mountains. You couldn't see the beautiful mountains around there. But the rest of the day turned out to be beautiful sunshine. Once I got away from the arm, it was beautiful sunshine. Warm weather, as high as 72 degrees. Good road. Probably the highlight views was on the dirt road out to Palmer Lake. That was really spectacular. The road from Highway 1 to Hope is also a very good road. That's very good for motorcyclists, 35, 40, 50 mile an hour sweepers, really nice. The worst part of the day was probably right now. They don't have any power at the motel I'm staying at, and fortunately there's a grocery store with a generator next door and get something to eat. But I was intending to eat a nice meal at a recommended place called the Kingfisher Roadhouse, and they have a massive power outage all the way from here to Moose Pass, they're saying. So went out at 2 o'clock today, don't know when it'll be back. So the problem for me is that I've got a lot of electronics to charge up, can't do it, videos to download. We've got no water, it requires a pump to get water, so we're going to have to come up with alternative solutions tonight. Tomorrow I'm headed off to Homer. Should be a pretty easy ride, a couple things I want to stop by and see. But otherwise, should be a good day. Today was a good day, good weather, bike ran very well. I didn't have any issues at all. That's it for today from Cooper Landing.